Okay, welcome everyone. It's Monday. It's thinking we do a mindfulness practice today. So hopefully, Vincent, I see that you're in your car, but it doesn't look like you're moving. So I guess we're going to do some meditating. And the theme for today is comes to you from Frank Zappa. He said, "The mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it isn't open." And I guess the question here is, I like this quote. The question is, open to what? And I think one of the definitions of mindfulness, I'm going to show you something, a slightly different one um, than I've been using in the past. And it's this idea of um, a state of clear, non-judgmental, and undistracted attention to the contents of consciousness. So clarity, again, this idea of openness means that we are in clear and direct contact with what is happening. Non-judgmental is that we notice that we have this preference for pleasant experiences, and we tend to contract and have an aversive relationship to unpleasant ones. So the ability to not judge experiences in that way is helpful. Uh, Undistracted attention, again, that's easier said than done because the mind just thinks constantly or shows us images and spins stories all the time. And so the ability to step outside of that constant stream of thinking allows us to drop into this non-judgmental space with clarity. And it does require some degree of attentional control, if you will. And then the contents of consciousness are really everything, like everything that we experience, everything we smell, taste, feel, think, certainly. It's all happening in this field of consciousness, or it's like I think of consciousness, consciousness is like the movie screen, and then what's displayed on the movie screen can be so captivating at times that we completely forget that we're actually in a movie theater watching a movie, and we get so absorbed in the content that we lose that sense of that it's all happening in this, that it's all contents of consciousness. So anyway, today I'm going to also try to be a little quieter, so I'll give some guidance, but the invitation here is to really notice what's, keep coming back to just this openness towards what is happening in our field of consciousness. And when you notice your attention, going away or going down the rabbit hole of whatever thoughts or memories, see if I can, occasionally just remind you to come back and notice that, oh, that's me thinking, or that's me sensing, or it's sometimes helpful to label it that way. So, okay, here we go. Let's start. Let's take a few moments just to drop into the sensation of the body breathing. But first, just notice. Don't try to change the breath. Just notice. What's it like to be in the body right now? Noticing the in-breath. How there's a pause at the end of the in-breath before we switch to the out-breath. And then there's a pause at the end of the out-breath as well when we switch back to breathing in. Just notice that for a few cycles. And now let's change it. So let's actually do some intentional breathing. So take a long, deep inhalation through the nose, noticing that same pause, and then a long exhale through the mouth. Again, noticing the pause at the end of the exhale. Another deep inhale. Long exhale through the mouth. And do it again. And notice how this sensation or this experience of noticing breath or being in contact with the body breathing, all of those sensations, that whole experience is, of course, playing itself out on this tapestry that we call consciousness. And then let your body return to breathing on its own. And the invitation is to choose a point of this breathing cycle. Doesn't matter which one. So it could be your nostrils, your throat, your lungs, your diaphragm, belly. Choose one of those points and see if you can just focus the attention on the sensation of breath coming and going in that part of the body. Noticing the constant tug of the mind to wander off into thinking or memories. And simply noticing that and just return back to focusing on this point of breath that you chose in the body. If at any point you find yourself meandering off into thoughts or images that you see in your mind, and just gently return back to focusing on breath. Just staying open to this cycle of focus and distractions and returning back to focus. Noticing if the mind is labeling that as good or bad, successful, not. Just staying open to all of it. Any mental states like anxiety or worry, fear, depression, in many ways are the mind kind of closing in on itself. And part of the what we're practicing here is just opening back up, allowing things to be as they are, just bearing witness. I think it was John Kabat-Zinn who said, mindfulness itself is not really that difficult. We can all do it. The difficult part is remembering to do it, especially when the mind starts wandering and we get wrapped up in thoughts and the content of those thoughts. In some ways, we're forgetting to simply stay open and just watch. So it's really a kind of practice of continuously returning back to that intention and that state of openness. And then let's take a deep breath in, long exhale through the mouth. A deep breath in, out. Do one more in, and then go ahead and open your eyes. And noticing how sight is also just playing out on this tapestry of consciousness. So see if you can also just notice how that sensation has a tendency to be captivating and change our where our attention goes. So hope that was helpful. Quick reminder: tomorrow, Tuesday, a couple things. One is I'm traveling. I'm actually heading to Europe to go visit my parents, so I'll be traveling all day tomorrow. So I won't be there for the session, but I think Delilah will be here and maybe run do a rerun of a recorded session. And then also a reminder that tomorrow evening at 6:30 is the community integration group. So if any of you want to join that with Brenda, that happens at 6:30, and everyone's welcome. So hope to see you on Wednesday. Take care, everyone.